What's up, everybody? I'm James.
And I'm Mario. I was waiting for you to say something.
I have no witty line.
Me neither. Comic books.
Comic books fucking rule.
Yeah, and there's been a big, comic books have become more popular again.
Oh, yeah. Because all the
of
movies.
the movies.
Oh, yeah.
Like in the 80s, it was, it's getting dark in here. Ooh. Maybe we should turn that back off. We're just going to keep doing it.
I feel like I'm on Are You Afraid of the Dark?
So, comic books have become popular again. I mean, I guess they were never, unpopular.
They declined in popularity for a while in, the late 90s.
Yeah,
There was one point where Marvel was fucking almost bankrupt.
In the 90s?
Yeah, late 90s.
Well, I mean, what was, the first really big... Was Spider-Man, the first really big ones that came back out?
Yeah, with the movies and everything. It was Spider-Man, Avengers, obviously.
Yeah, Avengers.
Batman, Superman, Thor, Hulk, Iron Man, Captain America.
Fantastic Four.
3
times.
Apparently that new one is an abomination.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
That sucks. But yeah, I love comic books, man. I never really... There was a point where I stopped buying them, but I never really lost interest.
Yeah. I was never a huge collector. I've always had some.
Right. What are some of your favorites?
Well, now... I like the Hulk.
Awesome.
When I was younger, Ghost Rider. That was really cool.
Oh, fuck yeah. I love Ghost Rider.
I like the werewolves and the vampires.
Yeah.
And,
supernatural stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I always liked Spider-Man when I was younger. And
Spider-Man's my favorite.
What else did I have? Punisher.
Punisher rules. Looking forward to John Bernthal from Walking Dead playing the Punisher and
he looks like he'll fit in.
The new fucking Daredevil series. Daredevil was always one that I liked a lot too.
Yeah, I didn't really have much of his comic books. I liked Spawn when I was younger.
Spawn was cool. Pit. Do you remember Pit?
Yeah. Savage
cool.
Dragon.
Savage Dragon was cool. Yeah. Image had some cool shit.
Ones. Yeah.
Image
I was never
cool.
a huge collector. I know some people that are.
Oh yeah.
But I always liked it.
Right.
I couldn't go into trivia or anything like that. I'm not a comic book fanatic. I can name off a million guitars and what pickups and all this.
I'm definitely more of a nerd for music than comic books, but comic books are great. I recently started buying them again. I got a bunch of graphic novels and some single issues.
Graphic novels have been really cool lately.
Yeah, graphic novels are great, man. I love getting 5-6 issues.
Originally a comic book,
right? Yeah.
And now they have that new show. I haven't watched it yet. The Return of the not the Return.
Fear of the Walking Dead. I watched the first episode of that the other night.
Yet.
It is pretty fucking good.
Really?
It is pretty fucking good.
I've heard some mixed things.
It's a
about
prequel.
Yeah.
It's a prequel.
I'll watch it eventually.
It's good.
I DVR'd it.
Yeah, it's really good.
I don't know. Was that a comic book also, or
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know that much about it either.
I don't know. I know the main show, just The Walking Dead, is
loose.
It's loosely based around the comic, though. It doesn't follow the storyline.
The show The Strain.
Yeah,
they made a comic book out of the books too.
Oh, did they?
I believe so. I mean, there are graphic novels of it, but I don't know if that was based off of the books. And I'm almost done with the last book. And this first season was very similar to the first book, and now it's veered off.
Yeah,
a lot.
It's going off. Yeah, it's going off the mark.
Some people that are alive in the show are not alive in the books, and vice versa. And, that's good, because if you read the books, why would you want to watch it then? You already know what's going to happen. It might be cool in a way, but you're like, oh, that guy's about to get killed. This is about to happen. You want it to surprise you a little bit.
Right.
So.
I always loved Spider-Man. I always thought his villains were the coolest.
Yeah.
I always loved Venom and Dr. Octopus.
Venom was awesome, yeah.
And fucking, the Green Goblin, Hobgoblin, Demo Goblin.
Yeah, I don't remember him that much.
All those were fucking great. I also liked
Rhino. Did he ever fight Rhino?
Yeah, the Rhino.
The Rhino was cool,
Rhino was awesome.
And I remember the X-Men. The X-Men, I had a lot of Wolverine comic books. I remember that.
Yeah, I like Wolverine's solo story a little more than I like X-Men because Cyclops kind of pisses me off.
Cyclops is always kind of anti.
He's a douche.
I liked the origin story of Wolverine with the bone claws. And
the Weapon X thing, Yeah,
I think I have one of the comic books where he was still like a bone clawed kind of.
Wolverine is the shit. I like Gambit too.
Yeah, Gambit was cool when I was young.
Gambit was cool.
I don't know what happened to him. I haven't kept up on comic books. So I don't even know if he's even really around that much anymore.
I haven't read any newer comics with him in them, but I think he's going to be in the next X-Men movie. Either he's going to be in the next X-Men movie or they're making a Gambit movie. It's one of those two things. But I have seen, like, you know, sometimes you'll go and...
He was in one of them, wasn't he? Wasn't he briefly in one of the, like, with Wolverine?
Maybe briefly, yeah.
I think he was.
Maybe briefly. I'm not sure. But I know they're either making a full-on Gambit movie or he's going to be, like, a big part in one of the next X-Men flicks. Next Men. Should make our own comic book. Next
boy.
I love the Kiss comics. Kiss comics are great. I have a graphic novel that has the 2 original supersized Marvel issues from 1978 in them, where they fucking put their own blood in the red ink and everything. Yeah, you never heard about that? No. When in 78, Kiss signed a contract with Marvel for 2 supersized issues, which were like double issues, basically. And they fucking had blood taken. Each of the 4 of them had like vials of blood taken.
The original 4.
Yeah, the original 4. And they fucking poured it in the vats of the red ink. So if you have the original Kiss comics...
You probably have herpes.
You have whatever STD Peter Criss was carrying at that time.
And Gene Simmons,
yes. So that's pretty cool.
You have them?
I don't have the originals.
Oh, okay.
I don't have the original because the originals are kind of fucking pricey. But I have a graphic novel that has both issues in it.
Do you have like the reprint?
Yeah, I got the reprint version.
Okay.
And then they did comics in '98 that came out, and you know the storyline went along with the Psycho Circus album, and it had this whole fucking mystical like thing to it where they were fucking from space and. You know, they were part of this ancient circus that's been going around the world for fucking centuries and shit. It's cool.
That sounds kind of cool.
Yeah, it's good.
I've never read any of his comics.
They're good.
Yeah, I would probably check them out.
Yeah, I suggest them. Definitely.
Yeah.
I always like Marvel more than DC.
Yeah. I mean,
like Marvel more.
Batman was cool,
Batman
but I never
rocks.
really read his comic books.
I used to read the Batman stuff when I was younger, and I read Superman and stuff too. But as I got older, I found that like the Marvel stuff was just a little bit fucking edgier and a little cooler.
You know, Image was cool for a while. I don't know what the hell happened to that.
Image was great. Yeah, they were good too. But I always thought that DC was like the PG version of Marvel, where like Marvel would kind of be a little bit edgy, and then DC was more like the family comic book.
Batman was kind of brutal at first, wasn't he?
Not really at first.
You know what else was cool? Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles started as a comic.
Yes!
And their first comics were apparently very violent.
Yeah, they were like real dark, and as it gets darker in the room, they were like real dark and fucking brooding. There was no pizza eating. There was no fucking... Michelangelo wasn't a fucking surfer dude.
He was an idiot.
No, he wasn't really a fucking idiot. They were all real violent fucking, you know, characters.
I would like to check those out.
They killed Shredder.
Awesome.
Spoiler alert. But if you haven't read the original fucking Ninja Turtle line from Eastman and Laird,
thanks, James.
they kill Shredder. Like kind of early in the series too.
So then does somebody else become the villain?
Yeah, they're the Krang comes out and all that shit.
No Bebop and Rocksteady or none of that, huh?
I don't know about that because
what were the other 2 ones that were in the movie? Razor and...
Razar and Fungal. Who's the other one?
Fungal.
Razar and Fungal. Just goes around fucking everybody in the ass.
I don't remember, but the wolf-looking thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember what it was called.
It was Razar and...
That was in Secret of the Ooze, right?
Yeah, that was the second movie.
Yeah, I don't remember. And there was that one with the samurais. I don't really remember that one that well.
Turtles in Time. Yeah, I never watched that one. I never watched that one because I heard it was horrible.
I've seen bits and pieces of it, and I don't think it was any better or worse than the other ones.
Yeah.
Really, but
I don't know. I just heard like really bad stuff about it. But then the Turtles did Archie's comics too. Like Archie's brand comics.
Oh.
There was Turtle comics that like correlated with the cartoon.
Oh, that's cool.
From when we were kids.
From the 80s one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they have Turtles comics now that are put out by IDW that correlate to the current cartoon.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're still doing their thing.
See, comic books have more of a impression on TV and everything than you would think.
Oh, yeah.
Movies and TV. Like,
totally.
Taking a lot of ideas from comic books.
Yeah.
A lot of characters. And
lots of movies and TV.
Yeah. Well, anything else you want to say?
Yeah, what are some of your guys' favorite comic books out there?
Yeah, comment below there.
Give us some comments down here. And fucking
you couldn't see it.
Tell us what you like. And if you want us to discuss any certain hero or character or storyline.
Or anything in general. It doesn't have to just be comic books.
Yeah.
But, yeah, if you want us to talk about maybe one of the movies from a comic book that they made and what we think of it, or let us know.
We'll watch it. We'll watch it and we'll tear it apart.
We'll cuddle and watch it. Two metalheads.
Two metalheads.